This is Home LLate. Wall Street's market is crashing. As the stock market tanks dramatically, the bond market surges. Unemployment numbers drop dramatically. New unemployment claims, especially in California, drop significantly. Long term unemployment numbers are the best since March when the pandemic hit. And what's the Federal Reserve doing? Oh boy. Meantime, Nancy and her flock of sheep will pass your third stimulus check bill today. The $1,400 third stimulus check bill will be passed today, and it could be passed and become a law early next week in the Senate. Then, what's going on with that private meeting happening next week on Tuesday and Tuesday and Wednesday, that could impact future stimulus? I have all the incredible details in a mind-blowing, jam-packed midday report of Home LLA. I'm so glad you're here. From Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home, thank you for joining me on Home LLA. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for the countless new viewers who have joined as subscribers in the last 2 days. This is the most comprehensive financial news channel and the channel that's going to help get you financially stable in 2021 and informed and educated along the way and also entertained. Also, like this video, and if you've not become a member, boy, this is the moment in which you need to become a member. The bill is about to become a law, and you can't be learning about what's in the bill after it becomes law. You need to know about it ahead of time. That's item number one. Number two is you need to know the eligibility for all the provisions that you're ready to pounce and get, because the items in the third stimulus package, with the exception of the check, are not automatic. You have to apply for them. And there are diminishing funds, meaning first come, first serve. You don't want to be sitting around reading and learning what you can get when people are walking out the door with the money already in hand. The bill does not have enough money for every single person who applies for it. So there you go. I have a lot of breaking details, and let's get right to the breaking news. The breaking news is that your $1,400 third stimulus check and third stimulus package bill will pass the House of Representatives today. Thank you, Renee, for the super chat. The vote is happening today, and it will become a law. It will be finalized for the purposes of the House of Representatives. The bill will then land in the Senate on Monday. Also today, the Senate parliamentarian will make her determination about what is in the third stimulus package bill for purposes of the Senate. Two major developments unearthed first on this channel yesterday that are saving you weeks and weeks and weeks of time are the following. One, when the Senate gets the bill next week, they won't be working on the provisions. Why? Because the Senate subcommittees have already been working on the provisions over the last 2 weeks, quietly, unbeknownst to the rest of us, with the counterparts in the House. So when the bill lands in the Senate, it's ready for a vote. Number two, when the bill lands in the Senate parliamentarian will not be dealing with the situation then. Rather, they made a deal with her, a very great time management deal, for her to make her determination about the bill this week. Translation, simple words, the bill will pass the House today, land in the Senate on Monday, and could be called for a vote and become law in the Senate early next week if everything goes as planned. Under the second stimulus package bill, Steve Mnuchin was able to send out the stimulus check within about 3 days after it became law. This is not Steve Mnuchin, this is Janet Yellen as your Treasury Secretary. But if her routing times are the same, you could see about some of the viewers, a very small number of viewers, starting to get a stimulus check within about 3 days thereafter. Other viewers took a longer time in getting the second stimulus check. Some viewers took 2 months to get the stimulus check. But the great news is that you could start to see $1,400 stimulus checks going out as early as the end of next week if everything goes as planned. This is absolutely huge. More about that delivery of that check and the other $5,000 approximately you can get, thank you, Ira, in the stimulus bill coming up in a second, later in this recording. But first, let me cut to what's happening with Wall Street. This is huge, and this impacts your future stimulus. It doesn't impact the delivery of the $1,400 third stimulus, but it impacts your future stimulus. What I need you to understand is 2021 is going to be a great year for you. You're going to be financially stable. Jobs are going to open up. Businesses are going to open up. Lockdowns are being lifted. Job opportunities are going to be around the corner for you. And you're going to go from financial instability to financially stable for some of you. And that's going to start with cashing checks, not looking to track checks. And what I want you to understand is what happened today in the Wall Street. Boy, it has everything to impact with you. First, the bond market is absolutely on a tear. Bond rates have been surging in just a few finite days. In just a few days, the bond market has raised interest rates dramatically, not just in the United States, but internationally. The rate has been so abrupt and so severe that it's gone up that it has caused the stock market to crash. Currently, the Dow is down 500 points. The NASDAQ is down a substantial amount as well. People are flying out of stocks and into bonds. This is causing an imbalance in the economy that you don't want to see. What does this mean for the Federal Reserve? The bond market is prodding the Federal Reserve to come in and stabilize this economy by changing its current monetary policy. With bonds going through the roof, the stock market crashing, then what the Federal Reserve is going to come in and have to do is change course. Why did this happen today? Especially, it had been going up over the last few days, but this morning, Lord, the new unemployment numbers that came out shocked everyone. You know, if you've been with me since April 25th, that every Thursday morning is the new jobless numbers. People who newly went on unemployment the week before. Wall Street was expecting 845,000 new claims. When the pandemic hit, well, the week before the pandemic hit, we were about 200,000. When the pandemic hit, we went to 1 million for 30-something weeks, 1 million claims per week, new claims. Then we came down to about 800,000, 850. Well, what did Wall Street see this morning? Wall Street expecting new unemployment claims to be at 845,000. Thank you, Sonia, for the super chat. Thank you to the other person as well. Well, unemployment claims came in at 730,000. It beat Wall Street's estimate by 115,000 claims. It blew it out of the water. New unemployment claims sank dramatically, meaning less people were claiming unemployment. That's the first thing. The second thing is that your fourth stimulus package, fifth stimulus possible package, is dependent upon the next number, long-term unemployment numbers. How many people have been unemployed for more than 6 months? Well, that number fell 100,000 claims in 1 week to its lowest level since the pandemic of March 21st, 2020. If you look back and you're thinking to yourself, what happened in March 20th of 2020? I know that date very well. March 20th was the date in which LA County went on lockdown. March 30th was about the date of lockdown in the Midwest, some Midwest states. Thank you, Donna, for the super chat. March 15th was a lockdown in some other states that got hit by the pandemic first. So March 21st is a significant date. They now show that the long-term unemployment numbers are the best level. They're not good, but the best level since March 21st. This is huge. So what does this mean for stimulus? It means a couple of things. One, that currently we've been wondering about the fourth stimulus package, what the president calls the recovery package. The president and the Speaker of the House have been working on this fourth stimulus check and fourth stimulus package. And we had always thought maybe it's a few months away. Well, guess what? This would mean that this package may be pushed up much sooner because you don't want to have a recovery package after we were covered. If the growth of the economy is so severe at the moment, if the unemployment numbers are dropping so quickly, the growth of the bond market, the interest rate is so severe, and the numbers are so strong, then Pelosi and Biden may have to roll out that fourth stimulus check package sooner than we had thought. It may also signal that standalone bills, everything for SSI and SSDI, or the student loan debt forgiveness, or the teacher's aid, or all those things may have to get done sooner than thought because this economy is on fire. Now, things are changing very quickly. If you watched me a few days ago, you heard me talk about that the long-term unemployment numbers from Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen said they're not good. We're going to be at this for a while. Well, that's not what Wall Street's saying. Bond market's saying we don't agree with you. Look at these numbers. Today's numbers show you that job numbers are improving. Let me give you an example of how good the numbers are. In California, the number of new jobless claims dropped 50,000 in just 1 week. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. Ohio, 46,000. New York, 8,000. So let's cut back to your third stimulus check and third stimulus package. What does this mean for that? It means nothing for the third because the third is going to become a law. It means everything for the fourth. The third stimulus check and third stimulus package, that $1,400 stimulus check, is going to become a law. It could become a law as early as next week. It'll give you a $1,400 stimulus check if you're an individual, $1,400 if you're a married couple, $1,400, well, double that for a married couple, $1,400 for a child, $1,400 for adult dependents, not taken out for child support, not taken out for back taxes, not taken out for debt collection. That is an automatic item in the $1,400 third stimulus check package. There's one other item that's automatic, and that is $3,600 for children 5 to newborn and $3,000 for children 17 to 6. The other items in the third stimulus package are not automatic. And so that's why you need to be a subscriber. That's why you need to be a member, because you have to be able to pounce and get the remainder of the monies in this third stimulus package first come, first serve. More about those in a second. Let me go back to those children first. The children will be paid the following. If the child is 5 to newborn, you'll get $5,000. First, a $1,400 stimulus check, and then second, $3,600 paid, $300 a month, starting the month of July for 12 months. For children 17 to 6, you will get $3,000 paid $250 a month, $250 a month, starting the month of July for 1 year. Everything else in the third stimulus check and third stimulus package is not automatic. And almost all viewers of this channel who make less than about $49,000 or less 2019 or 2020 tax returns or earnings will qualify for about $5,000 to $10,000 under the third stimulus package generally. Let me go over them. First, you'll get the check. Second, you can get rent if you're behind on rent. You can get utilities if you're behind on utilities. You can get internet if you're behind on internet, and you can get food as well. Those 5 items amount to approximately $5,000. That's in addition to the $1,400 stimulus check. That's where you are in the third stimulus package. But of those items, only the stimulus check is automatic. So as a viewer of this channel, you need to know, 1, am I eligible? 2, how do I get it? 3, what are the eligibility terms? What do I need to do to get this particular thing? And the way you do it is, 1, by watching this channel, subscribing, and 2, pouncing as a purple hawk, getting that actual PDF of this channel that delineates the bill. Members Daily, I deliver a copy of the bill, and over the next day or two, I'm going to separate the bill provisions out so I can say to you, go to this subsection to learn about mortgage assistance, go to this section to see if you're eligible for the business grant, so that you understand where the money is, because it's not automatic. No one else is applying for you. You apply yourself. And it's first come, first serve, meaning that you can't wait for someone else to get it before you, because it may not be there when you get to it. More about that in a second, but let's now cut over to the remaining provisions in the third stimulus package. College students will get $1,700 of financial aid if they apply for it, plus a $1,400 stimulus check. Hazard pay individuals can get $1,500 if they made less than $25,000 in their earnings, and they worked as an essential worker. That'll come as an earned income tax credit on top of the $1,400 stimulus check. You can get rent if you're behind on rent, internet. Actually, rent if you're low income, middle class. Also, money for homeless people get into housing. Mortgage assistance. You can get mortgage assistance if you're behind on your mortgage. And that's also for private mortgages. Then we will see as well the excitement of paid sick leave, which, I don't know. Every time I talk about paid sick leave, I sort of think it's going to be irrelevant in about 60 days from now. How many people need paid sick leave because their child's school is closed because of COVID? Very few, because few schools look like they're going to be closed in about 60 days from now because of COVID. But it's sort of like a bill coming about 10 years late. The bill should have been around a long time ago. Thank you, Tammy, for the super chat. But $1,400 if you have to stay home because of COVID, $1,400 if you have to quarantine, $1,400 if your family member has COVID or your child's school is closed because of COVID. That's per week based upon a $73,000 annual salary. Finally, the businesses. The businesses got 3 items. They got $5,000 business grant for EIDL. That is calculated as the following. 1, you have less than 10 employees. 2, you had a decrease in your business income by 50% because of the pandemic. And 3, nothing in the language precludes you so far until it gets to SBA from getting a second EIDL if you got one before. There's another round of PPP. And then there is money in there for restaurants up to $5 million per location. And there you go. FPUC, UI, and PUA are extended from March to August, end of August. Your benefits will not lapse. You will not go off claim. You will stay with your claim active. You don't have to do anything. Additional weeks will be added to your claim. You just need to certify for benefits. And you'll be paid $400 a week starting from March to end of August. So what's happening then next week? And then what about that private meeting about future stimulus? Let me get to those details as well. 800 people in the room and 360 likes. Let's get those likes up. I know you're eating some bacon with those free hands, but put the bacon down. You aren't sharing with me. And hit that like button. Come on already. That's not even 50% of the room hitting that like button. What is the fourth stimulus? The fourth stimulus package is the recovery package. That's the one that the president and the Speaker of the House confirmed they're working on. It comes right after this. The question is when. I had always thought maybe it's going to be in, June. Maybe it's going to be in May. But now the recovery package could possibly be 30 days away. Could possibly be 30 days away because guess what? If 85% of the population is going to be vaccinated by July, why would we have a recovery package after that? If the growth predictions are so strong and we're going to be back to normal maybe by March, why would we have a recovery package then? You'd have it before that. So it's suddenly like, wait a second, folks, got to hurry up because things are moving very quickly. It's not quite clear why things are moving quickly. People aren't particularly clear about the matrix and metrics, and I'm not sure as I am either. But vaccination rates are going through the roof. Let's turn now to the surprise developments next week. Next week, Hakeem Jeffries will be leading, along with Aguilar, a conference on Tuesday and Wednesday. This conference is the first of its kind in a while. It's a Democratic caucus that will be held virtually, in which lawmakers from the White House, the House, and the Senate will meet together virtually, along with union leaders, big labor, special interests, lobbyists, to talk about legislative agendas. This is you. This is you. So if you are dropping comments on the screen, what about, and you know it's not in the third stimulus package. You know that the $14 third stimulus package does not have the thing you just mentioned, what about. This is your opportunity to get that what about as something that's happening, not what about. You need to reach out to Jeffries. You need to reach out to the attendees, not just in the federal government, but also that are from big labor that may represent the institutions and the groups that you want pushing and for, and reach out to get that message before them. It's next Tuesday and Wednesday. It's just a few days away. It's a very few days away. I tweeted on Twitter, and I also posted the community page. Jeffries' name, it's Kean Jeffries, and Aguilar. I'll say it again on screen. It's Hakkeem Jeffries, Jaffries. He's the chair of the caucus, the Democratic caucus, and his VP is Pete Aguilar, Aguilar. One is from New York, one is from California. It just seems like it's always the same thing. California, New York, California, New York. They will be running the agenda and the panelists all Tuesday and Wednesday. So that is your opportunity. You don't want to sit back and just say, I want to just post on, Facebook. I'm forgotten. No, this is the time for you to push. Purple Power Advocacy, this is your moment. This is your moment to reach out to them. And I don't mean just sort of send something in the air. I don't mean just sort of don't just like post something to their Facebook page that, hi, I posted you a note on your Facebook page. No, I mean you call them up. You call them up. You call up their chief of staff. You look at who's on the speaker list, and you see if there's anyone on a speaker list that aligns with that social issue that you want it to be had. Don't sort of just post something on the wall or post something on the curb and expect someone to go read what you're saying. No, I want you to, now we know exactly who is setting the agenda. I want you to go right in and go right to those issues right there. That is your window of opportunity. Push, purple power. This is your opportunity to move. Now at the 22-minute mark, let me give you a recap of where we are, because boy, Lord, things are moving very fast, and things are just moving incredibly fast. And I got to tell you, this is not one of those months where you could say, you told me. I could literally tell you something on Monday, and by Friday, it could be totally different. I told you on last Friday that Janet Yellen says we're far from recovery. I told you on Tuesday that Jerome Powell said we're far from recovery. Now I'm telling you that the bond market is zooming through the roof because they say we are recovering. You're wrong. And they got it right because the unemployment numbers surged incredibly. Justin, Nanette, thank you so much. These unemployment numbers are not perfect, but it shows a huge improvement. 100,000. Now, let me show you how you look at numbers. There are some analysts out there that said, well, the unemployment numbers improved because there was a snowstorm, and the snowstorm prevented people from filing claims. A snowstorm prevented the people from filing unemployment claims. That's why unemployment improved. It's not because the economy got better. Well, that's almost gossipy. It's very speculative, that claim. Numbers are numbers. The numbers are great. The number shows a huge improvement, the best number since March of 2021. So what are we going to do? We're going to wait till next week and see where next week's number is? Sure. But if it's good again, it's not dog ate your homework situation. The decrease of the long-term unemployment number, that is going to change very quickly. Here's sort of the Captain Obvious thing in the room. California was on lockdown up to just 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, California's infection rate dropped dramatically. So what happened? They said you can start doing outdoor dining, you could start doing this, you could start doing that. Not everything, but more stuff. Well, the obvious reaction is, oh my God, there'll be jobs. Jobs will be available. Hello, yeah. Captain Obvious, Captain Obvious, hello. California unemployment claims dropped 50,000 in 1 week. California's been the worst state for 4 weeks in a row. Southern California went down dramatically because we opened it up. What happened yesterday? Well, let me go back a week ago. A week ago, I told you Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, said, I'm not opening schools unless teachers are vaccinated. Guess what happened yesterday? LA County's teachers asked to reopen schools even though they're not vaccinated because they say the infection rate's too low. So this is one of those situations where news cycles are changing literally every 24 hours from here to there. They're literally flopping. So you can't be gone from this channel for more than 24 hours because things are literally changing that quickly. With 25 minutes on the clock, let me tell you where you are. This is Home LA, your lighthearted, easy breezy midday report. 1,000 people in the room and 500 likes. Get those likes up. If you have any questions, drop some questions on the screen. I'll answer some of your questions right now. The important thing I want you to know is that the third stimulus package is going to get passed in the House today. It'll be passed sometime today, maybe at the end of the day. Nancy generally leaves things at the end of the day. We have still not heard from the Senate parliamentarian, her ruling. I really don't care much about her ruling because the president has said whatever she rules on, we're just moving forward. I will do that. I'll do a fix-it bill for it. So Shelva says, like the video. Yes, Shelva, I appreciate that. Debbie says, pears. What's happened to it passing on the 22nd? A lot of things happened. We don't sit here and dwell on something from before. We don't dwell on negativity. We also don't dwell on what happened to Jerome Powell saying we're going to be around in this pandemic to next year. That could be wrong in 24 hours. News cycles change very quickly. And this channel reports you the news. I don't make the news. I'm not your news maker. I'm your news reporter. But the news cycles change very quickly. And repeating old news doesn't work anywhere. All it does is leave you behind in the ball. No one saw this bond market surging through the roof less than 2 weeks ago. No one saw that happening. No one saw the rent moratorium. The rent moratorium is still in place. The rent moratorium is still in place. Are they still voting on it today? Yes, the House is voting on it today. I came here for positive energy only, says Selva. Absolutely. Someone's talking about their shoes is matching their coat. Well, thank you. My new shoes match my coat. Well, congratulations. Why is unemployment extended through September? Why isn't it? I guess is the question. I don't know. This August date is peculiar, but it is extended to August. That's why does Congress do what they do? I don't know. Today's data is just all over the place. Are we still getting the $200? So are we getting that SSI? I think you know that answer, Debbie. If you're asking, am I still getting SSI? Under this bill, I think you know that answer. Somewhere else, gotta push. Gotta push. When will the checks come? So the checks for the second stimulus package, some viewers got it within let me back up. Under the second stimulus package, when it became law, Steve Mnuchin sent them out within 3 days, and some viewers got that first day. Other viewers took 2 months to get the check. It's unclear to this day why some viewers, it took 2 months to get the second stimulus check, and some viewers got it in 24 hours. So you could potentially see some checks going out potentially by the end of this coming week. That's not to say that 99% of the viewers are going to get a check at the end of this week. It could mean that 99% of the viewers have to wait 2 months. It's unclear. Janet Yellen is expected to give more clarity, which Steve Mnuchin did not. If you don't know the backstory, Steve Mnuchin sent out those second stimulus checks of $600, and then he just sort of went on vacation to Italy. No joke. He just left. And so we never knew why some of you got the checks within 24 hours and some of you took 2 months. And we were just told, live with it, which is not very cool. So this time around, I expect Janet Yellen to really give us accuracy of where that check is going to go, land in the mailbox or debit card or paper check or direct deposit. Where can I get rent assistance? Okay, so for rent assistance in Delaware, reach out to your city hall, your county hall, your state housing authority, your city hall, and your city housing authority. Then also reach out to the nonprofits, United Way, Salvation Army, Community Action, St. Vincent de Paul, and Salvation Army. Do I have to file my taxes before the bill in order to qualify for the EIDL grant? In order to qualify for the EIDL grant, that's a good question. I have to look and see if it's going off of the 2020 return or it's going off of the 2019 return. That's a really great question. If you remember this channel, go jump to that EIDL page. It's only 2 pages on the bill. And I don't remember what year it's going. It may not say what year it's going off of. No, I don't think it said what year. So maybe we may not know the answer to that question. You just have to be able to ready to prove that you had that 50% decrease. That is a great question. It's a very great question. It's not a lot of these things we don't know which year they're going things off of. California, the stimulus check in California is $600. That's peculiar. We all thought, okay, you make less than 30,000, you get a $600 stimulus check. Oh no, it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's $30,000 if you file this 2020 tax return and you do certain other things on the tax return. So it wasn't an automatic situation. Again, it would sort of manifest itself as an automatic situation, but it wasn't. Thank you for the new viewer who just joined the chat. Can someone say what his name is? I want to give him a shout out. Why is that the EIDL grant? I missed what it said. That was also a good question. How do you get the direct deposit information to the IRS portal? That's a great question. Pochenko. Oh, Pachenko. Hey, Pachenko, how are you? Thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Welcome to becoming part of this family. That was a great question about how you give IRS your direct deposit information. The best way you can set yourself up, potentially, it's not a guaranteed work, but potentially to get a direct deposit of your third stimulus check is to file that 2020 tax return as soon as possible and list on there your direct deposit account so that when they issue you something, they have it right now. That's the fastest way at the moment. It's not a guaranteed fix, but it's the best suggestion I can give you at the moment. Great question. These are great questions today. I ran out of weeks of unemployment. What should I do? That doesn't make sense. You should not have, if you started unemployment when the pandemic started in March or February, you should not have run out of weeks of unemployment because under second stimulus, your weeks are continued all the way to March. If it shows otherwise, you need to reach out to your state's unemployment office. How about other things? Other things just aren't happening. But if you want other things to happen, reach out to Jeffries and Aguilar and push. With 33 minutes on the clock, thank you for joining me on Afternoons Out of Light. And this is Home, our lighthearted, easy breezy, which wasn't particularly lighthearted today. As I told you, the stock market crashed. It's so lighthearted, the stock market crashed. How are you? Stocks are down, the Dow Jones is down 500 points. It's lighthearted. How are you? No, it's not lighthearted. Stock market's crashing because the bond market is surging. Sophia, thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. The bond market saw this morning's new unemployment numbers. They were really good. The best we've seen since March of 2020. Bond markets are, oh, that's really good. Bond market brought interest rates straight up, and it's been on a tear for 4 days, just like that. Stock market went the other direction. They flew out of stocks into bonds, and the stock market tanked. This is causing concern that maybe the fourth stimulus package may come out earlier because we may be recovering this economy faster than anyone thought. Vaccine details were delivered early on this channel, but basically you're going to see vaccine doses left and right in just a few weeks. Doses here and doses there. There's doses everywhere. As opposed to just, what was it, 2 weeks ago where no one got a vaccination? I got mine finished last Saturday. Thank goodness. Please get vaccinated if you can. But suddenly you're going to see people vaccinated everywhere in just a few weeks. Meantime, the Senate's parliamentarian has saved us weeks of waiting time by agreeing to determine the future of the third stimulus package bill today. Her determination will be today. And the $1,400 third stimulus check bill will be called to a vote and pass the House today. It could pass the Senate early next week, which would result in your stimulus check going out right away. This is a huge turn of events. And so join me on Afternoons LA when I explain more at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.